Ah, ruined. Absolutely ruined. Wowee. That was horrible. Bloodstone was like, nah, not up to it this game. After it did so much work in the preceding games. The one time was like, right, now I need you to not fail. Ah, the only card I had that did anything. Sweet. Goodness me. Well, hey, at least we get the reroll. Got plenty of time left. What we got this time? Do Shidai again? Do Cassiva? Don't think I've done her since we started playing Gauntlet again, and we can do some more Magmar. I feel like trying Cassiva. Let's see how the Abyssian are treating us these days. Oh, hey, this is a good start. Cass is fun. I agree. I think Abyssian are nice. They're kind of in the middle of the pack. Good Bloodborne spells. Oh, there. I think I want the Bone Crusher here. Void Talon's too fragile. It's more of a burn spell, really. Pact is okay, but we're not Lilith. Whereas Bone Crusher is a 5/3 for 3, which is pretty good. And then obviously, if I get 2 of them, or a clone effect, it can get really stupid, so. Let's crush some bones. Ooh. Ooh. 2 very good cards here. One synergistic that kind of relies on me getting a lot of creep down, which may or may not be very easy. And one really good reliable card. I think the Shield Master is good on turn 2, which probably makes it the better pick. And it's still good late because the Provoke gives it unique utility, whereas Abyssal Juggernaut is a medium-sized and maybe big minion. Oh, Muramasa is raiding with a party of 16. Hot damn. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much, Muramasa. I appreciate it. Hello, Polynucleotide and Born to Triumph. Thank you for joining. This is well good. Let's get things turned up in here. You're showing up at the right time. We're just starting another draft. Slam that Primus Shield Master. Ooh. Bit of hard removal or a Chittering Tiller. Really solid 3-drop with a good ability. Or this, which is good for womboing ranged units. I think the transformation is the pick. It's always good to have one piece of hard removal, at least. And so guaranteeing we have it, like, you don't need to guarantee you have Chittering Tiller, although the card is quite good. But guaranteeing we have this is strong. Thanks, man, Russ. I really appreciate it. Bam. Night Shroud? No. Gloom Chaser? Not really. Which leaves us Abyssal Crawler, which is not amazing, but it does mean that if we get any creep synergy cards, like another Juggernaut comes up, they're much better all of a sudden. So if I've got to pick something fragile, it may as well be the one that can do work over the course of a long game. Don't think we want Shadow Nova, though. Carcinus is pretty solid. This card is better than it looks. Ghost Lynx is okay, but extremely unreliable. Cacophanos, Deep Fire Devourer, or another Gloom Chaser. Unlikely we'll have good food for this. Again, we're not Lilith. Whereas Cacophanos is quite solid. We might be able to sacrifice it to things for wombo combos. We're not Maeve. We might get a Darkfire sacrifice, but also just like it trades and then kills the thing next to it, which is fine. It's okay. It's kind of like a slightly different deal test. No. Very replaceable, which leaves us with Air Pride Beak, which gives us some healing, which I'm very keen on. Get some healing. Ho ho ho! Damn! Man, if this was a Lilith draft, we've been offered so many good Lilith cards. Whew. Destroy all, no. Which leaves us with this, which is pretty good. Like, this kind of changes the draft. We can take a lot of lower curve cards now, and know that we'll have some card draw to just refill and slam the door on the opponent. This is looking pretty cool. Mana Forger, Voidsteel, and Munch. These are all good cards. Munch is a bit conditional. Without Abyssal Crawler, it's going to be 2 or 3 damage, which isn't great until the extreme late game. Voidsteel is super swingy. It's often difficult to get more than one minion with it, but killing something and permanently buffing one of your minions is absurd, right? And then Mana Forger, which is just a really nice, solid 2-drop. But I think I want to take the Voidsteel over it. The Devil's Choice. It's really good, this. We'll go with Voidsteel. It's 2 mediocre 4-drops and a really good one, so we'll go with that. No. Okay, so we got a Boulder Breacher, which so far we have 0 golems. And a Beastbound Savage, so far we have 0 buffs. Actually, that's a lie. We have a Void Steel. We have a Void Steel. Yeah, we'll pick this. I mean, this is fine even without any buffs. Frenzy and Celerity is really powerful. This thing can just deal chip damage all across the board. Big stuff. Some kind of mass removal is an interesting card, actually. I don't think I've ever played this. And then Inkhorn Gaze, which is actually a really solid card. Kills Veil Hunter, which I think gives it the nod. EMP or good 2-drop? EMP is fine. The nerf actually makes it has been huge for it in Gauntlet. We don't have a ton of stuff that it nerfs. I guess it nerfs Bone Crusher into the ground. It nerfs our Void Steel units, Cacophonos, Young Flamewing, Beast. Actually, that's a lie. This is really bad for all of our stuff. Let's just pick this good 2-drop while it's there. In popular cults, Muramasa swords have often been depicted as cursed swords with demonic powers. Neat. Another Dark Transformation, or a Shadow Watcher, or a Wraithling Swarm. Given that we have a Void Steel already, I think one case. So we have 3 pieces of removal already, plus a Flyer and a Cacophonos. So we're not massively lacking in interaction. On the flip side, we have a Mana Forger to make these cheaper. But Shadow Watcher is really good. It can run away with games. I don't know. Yeah, we'll go with Shadow Watcher. Nice snowballing. Ooh, hello. Yes! Yes! I mean, the Dark Nemesis is probably the better pick, isn't it? Observer is so sweet, though. This one has immediate value, actually. There is some advantage to that. If you play the Observer and trade, then even if it dies, you've immediately gotten something out of it. Whereas Dark Nemesis has to stay in play for a turn or two, and we don't have any positional effects to make use of it. It's still really good because it shoots them for 4 from miles away, but... Well, you know, you can play it forwards because it does have that 10 HP. Oh, I don't know. I think Dark Nemesis is the correct pick, but I'm going to pick this because it's fun. So there. And you can't stop me. Ooh, ranged unit. Good one too. Slam that. Get right in there. Blood Echoes, Blood Tear Alchemist, Veil Hunter. I guess I'll take the one that's a win condition as opposed to the one that's merely good and replicates my Bloodborne spell. Another Veil Hunter over a Repulsor Beast? Yeah, I think that's fine. Another Sworn Avenger? Yeah. Another Bone Crusher to go with the first one. Or a Night Sorrow Assassin to kill ranged units, Impervious Giagos, Obelisks, etc. Yeah, we'll take that. I think this card is pretty good. Another Abyssal Crawler or some useless things. We don't even have any creep payoff, but now that we have 2 of these, the creep cards start to look really good. So this allows us to not die to Bloodborne spells, which is kind of interesting. We only have 1 spell that it affects. Meanwhile, it shuts off all of our opponents, like teleporting and warbirding and heartseekering. But on the flip side, Desolator is amazing, so it's probably just that. I guess Desolator also shuts off Warbird while also killing the opponent. Yeah. Has opinion of 3-drops in Gauntlet changed that much? What are you asking that in reference to, Hardfoil? Not Hardfoil. True Astromine. But hey, Hardfoil, thanks for joining. Veil Hunter, that card needs to be banned. To be honest, I would not mind if Veil Hunter was banned. I pick cards that deal 2 damage for 2 mana really highly. Even stuff like Silhouette Tracer kills Veil Hunter, so it's good. Like, Just pick it over like almost anything. Annoyingly, Hardfire, we just finished up the Songhai draft. It went pretty well. We got to 8-3. We lost some pretty horrific not draw from the opponent. Each one turns off eggs. I mean, we're playing Cassava. If they make eggs, we win the game on them. No worries, I'll catch her on YouTube. Yes. I'm really tempted by this. What if we did just play that on an empty board, huh? What then? It goes kind of badly with Dark Transformation and Rite of the Undervault. Zeraloth, meanwhile, is pretty fine. People might not expect it. Cannon's okay, but it's only 2 health. And we've already got 2 Sworn Avengers, so, and a Shadow Watcher. Plenty of backline minions. So having something more aggressive would be good. I'm going to pick this and see if it's any good. I think that's... Like, it's probably not the right pick, but I'm interested. Cryptographer, Jaxi, or Sandburrow? Well, this is trash. Crypto is pretty good because it's basically a Blood Tier Alchemist, but I think I'm picking Jaxi instead. It's the more proactive 2-drop, and obviously it's another ranged threat. Choking Tendrils, interesting option. We might want this, actually. We picked up a lot of early removal, but now it's kind of dropped off a bit. We don't have good ways of putting people on creep, though. We are kind of relying on them standing on it, so maybe it won't actually ever do anything. Shadow Nova, it's a ping, whatever. Which kind of leaves me with this 7-drop, which is not amazing. Given I kind of want to be emptying my hand with Rite of the Undervault, but neither of these really help with that, so fine. Is this a Soul Shadow Pact kind of deck? No. So we have Beastbound Savage, we have 5 ranged units, we have quite a few small minions, we have Rite of the Undervault, we have Young Flamewing is kind of okay on. Do you know what it might be? How are we doing on 2-drops? I guess these are also early plays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we don't need the Rock Pulverizer. I saw a guide that said 3-drops should usually be skipped. Ugh. Who said that? Goodness. There's loads of really good 3-drops now. No, 3-drops are really solid. There's so many amazing ones that you can play. Like 2-drops... On the one hand, 2-drops are better because they can be played... You know, you can play a 2-drop on turn 1 going second and it's not embarrassing. And you can play 2 2-drops if you're lucky, but most 2-drops do absolutely nothing when you top deck them, even the good ones. Whereas a lot of 3-drops still have utility in the mid to late game. Like, Air Pride Beak is really good against Fae, Shadow Watcher can snowball at any time, Night Sorrow Assassin is removal, things like Wild Tar is just like a big threat. So, ditto the Sworn Avenger, you know, snowballs quite quickly. Bone Crushers, like, it's 5 power, right? It's fine. I think a lot of 3-drops are genuinely just better cards, like, at any point in the game. And 2-drops pay quite a premium in their power budget for being able to be played going first. Like, you know, they're kind of obligatory, right? The amount of tempo you get off them is really strong, so they kind of have to be bad. Genuinely not sure what this pick is. I'm kind of tempted by the Soul Shatter. Does Night Soar only kill nearby? I think so. Yeah, nearby. Which is kind of awkward, but not massively. Like, move plus play it is fine. I'm going to pick this. I'm going to see if it's any good. But I might regret it. Summon a Wraithling behind each enemy or a Fortune Shaper. I wouldn't mind another 2-drop, to be honest. We don't have any synergy with this, I think. I guess I did just pick a Soul Shatter Pact. And we do have a Void Steel and a Shadow Watcher. So there is some synergy with it, but it's not like they can attack straight away or get buffed or anything, so... yeah, I'll pick the Fortune Shaper. See if we try and get a... yeah, something like... here we go, here we go! Yes! That's cool. Man, so many good Lilith cards in this draft. I wish. But Moonrider will have to do. Ooh. Oh, Gibbet's really good. Gibbet is super annoying. DFS also fine, but not great, I think. Releaser is most likely going to get a 2-drop, so let's just grab this Gibbet. Pony. Death Pony. Or some positional stuff. Oh, I forgot about this. I mean, this is good. So this is good with Drybone Golem, Stygian Observer, Marauder, all these big minions. Cacophonos, kind of. Maybe this is pretty good, actually. Although our curve's fine. So we don't really need the on-curve play compared to, like, this, or even the flex power of this. I think... Oh, excuse me. I think I want the Paragon, because I don't have that many AoE effects, like... Or any, really. Like, the Void Steel only hits one thing. Incorn Gaze only hits one thing. This hits one thing. Yeah, I think we want the AoE. The fact that it also acts as, you know, destroy target big-ass golem is pretty good as well. So the curve's a bit higher than I'd have preferred from a right deck, but right drawing 4 cards is still fine. Drawing 3 cards is still fine. Depending on how slow the game is, and we have a lot of cards that force the opponent to react. Like we have a bunch of ranged units, we have a Gibbet, Void Steel is quite swingy, Shadow Watcher is quite swingy, Night Soar Assassin can get us an early tempo lead, Cacophonos is quite threatening, and even Marauder, you know, people will have to respect that. So I think we can put an opponent on the defensive and buy time so that Rite of the Undervault becomes a bit more efficient.